Hey, Marvel fans, and welcome back to the Symbiote Signal, your hub for Marvel fan theory, deep cut analysis, and the hidden story logic driving the MCU's biggest future events. Before the Children of Infinity, this theory was called the Omega Triangle. The idea that Marvel was quietly setting up 3 Omega-level children as the true MacGuffins of the next saga. That model still holds. What's changed is our understanding of how Marvel is doing it. Today, I'm breaking down why Sadie Sink as Rachel Summers, or even as a young Jean Grey, works interchangeably, and how either version reinforces the Infinity Heirs framework, whether the Endgame is 3 core MacGuffins or 6 living stone-level child parallels. When you follow Marvel's power scaling and parallel arc logic, this casting choice stops being speculation and starts looking intentional. Grab your special sock and let's get into it. I don't have to do so much cutting. That was good, man. Blah, 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 blah. So here's where the model finally clicks into place. The Infinity Stones didn't disappear after Endgame, they evolved. Instead of power being locked inside objects, the MCU has been redistributing those same cosmic functions into people, specifically children. These are what I call the Children of Infinity, the living heirs of the stones. Each one mirrors the function of an Infinity Stone, not symbolically, but mechanically, through how their powers actually work in the story. The Space Stone becomes America Chavez, the only being who can physically move through the multiverse. The Power Stone becomes Love, a literal divine spark born of eternity herself. The Reality Stone becomes Wiccan, probability manipulation, chaos magic, reality bending. The Soul Stone becomes Franklin Richards, creation, life force, entire universes shaped by thought. The Mind Stone becomes Miss Marvel, adaptive intelligence, pattern recognition, creative problem solving made manifest. And the Time Stone becomes Rachel Summers, timeline awareness, future sight, temporal manipulation. Once you see this, the Multiverse Saga stops looking messy and starts looking inevitable. Phase 1 through 3 was about collecting power. Phase 4 onward is about inheriting it. These 6 aren't random, they're the new cosmic backbone of the MCU. So how did I come to this? Sadie Sink is playing Rachel Summers conclusion, because first I came to the conclusion based on my AI predictive model that I'm building that she was Jean Grey. And so let's put some real numbers on that. ChatGPT thinks that based on my model that I've built that Jean Grey is 70% probable to be her role. As we put together some more logic and plugged it in to the model, it became very positive that she was going to play Rachel Summers, and that was much stronger than the Jean Grey case at 70%, and it placed the Rachel Summers probability at 90%, and it still sits there. Now, guys, I don't know how realistic this is. This is based on my input. This is based on what it is interpreting as internet data, what it has been trained on. To my knowledge, the model was trained up to 2024, all internet, up to 2024, but I'm updating all of that, and I actually started paying for it. I may as well. Right, so I have the good model, so it's probably trained, to a more modern point. Now is probably the one that I'm updated to. So, all that being said, this model thinks 90% that Jean Grey, that Rachel Summers is the role. And originally, the model had predicted that Franklin Richards would not be enough to be the sole MacGuffin, and that they wanted to avoid, getting memed again about, like, why didn't Thanos just double the resources instead of killing half the universe, right? They don't want that to happen again. And I'm not saying that story was bad, Endgame and Infinity Wars. Not at all. It was the greatest story ever told, in my opinion. But yeah, like they are aware of what the internet feedback is, and memes get pushed to the top, especially the popular ones, and so they want to avoid this. They do not want the plot to this movie to be oversimplified. That, considering, they love easily digestible, simplified stories that the audience can understand, but they don't want to get memed, that being said. And so this is where we came up with the Omega Triangle that fits much better than just Franklin being the sole Omega, the sole MacGuffin, the one that either Doom is going to use to take control, or that will also be the antithesis to Doom, right? And so early in the model, it predicted two things simultaneously. First, we identified the parallel arc rule, and we identified the power scaling rule. Two biggest rules. And Marvel just loves their storytelling parallels in general. Loves them. To the point that I like to mention a lot that this is where a lot of complaints come in with a lot of people. They're like, why are you telling the same story over and over? And really, they're trying to do that, but in a way that's interesting, but still parallels and creates motifs, what we call motifs. And I'm a musician, and I write and arrange my own music, and so a motif is the highest level of the writing process, guys. And so a motif can exist within one movie, right? Or it can exist within the span of the MCU. And so they're trying to do both, big time. And they love their motifs. And it really is, it's respectable writing. It's good writing. It's the highest level there is tying together good and interesting motifs of any kind. Motifs can be anything, like anything. Okay, I may have digressed a little bit. Let's get back to the Omega Triangle. We're at 6 minutes and 18 seconds. So, the Omega Triangle started as Franklin Richards, Wiccan, and either Jean Grey or Rachel Summers. One of those two. That was based on existing MCU lore, existing characters that are currently relevant, and so that's where we came up with this. I've since updated this a little bit. So now, there were some rumors that came out that Doom was collecting people that were parallels to the Stones. That came out a while back. And that one made a lot of sense, That one fits right into the model. So let's get into the last section of my videos, where I like to show some comics that I've collected when I was younger, and specifically ones that might pertain to some current MCU events and plots and rumors and speculations. And so here we go. First one. Boom. We really think that Rogue will be appearing. We know that Cyclops will be in his classic uniform. We know Steve Rogers is coming back. And it's pretty highly speculated that Scarlet Witch will be coming back as the as the failed parallel arc for her son Wiccan, who lies on our list of heirs of infinity, the Infinity Children, or the Children of Infinity, whatever you want to call it. Moving on, we got some. Wait till you see this one. Boom, some Fantastic Four, right? Everybody likes to complain about female superhero costumes. Guys, look at this. This is not giving me sexual vibes. I don't know if I just demonetized my video by saying that word, but maybe I'll cut it out. But this is giving me like total like mom vibes. Like, you know, just because the uniform, it doesn't involve pants, doesn't mean that, you know, I mean, what am I trying to say here? I mean, look at her. Dude, Susan Storm is a certified baddie, bro. I mean, look at that picture and tell me that Susan Storm is not a certified baddie and that she should put pants on. In fact, I dare you to tell the Susan Storm in this picture to put pants on. That would be funny. Moving on. We got a mediocre Silver Surfer cover. I have a thing for holograms. Moving on, we got some Spider-Man 2099. Will we see some Miguel O'Hara? I'm taking a lot of these out so that you can see them better, but some of them I didn't. Got some more Spider-Man 2099. Got some Doom. Let's take this out, guys. Come on. You can't see. This glare is getting on my nerves here. Come on, guys. We gotta show this. Boom. There we go. We got some Doom. Come on, guys. Doom 2099. Does anyone know the story to Doom 2099? It's a pretty cool story. Moving on, we got some more Doom 2099. Let's go, baby. Don't worry. I'll put them all back in. Doom 2099. That's a cool picture right there. You know, the only difference in Doom 2099 is that he's just, you know, kind of futuristic looking, right? But he's got the blue and silver armor rather than the green. We got some Venom, of course. Come on, guys. This is a graphic novel here. You know you're a nerd when you bought a graphic novel when you were like 12 of Venom. Anyway. Got some more Venom. I think I showed that one recently. Got some, not my favorite artwork, but some Venom versus Juggernaut. Some more Gambit. We're going to be seeing some Gambit action, guys. You know it. And here's a more modern one that I picked up. I don't believe anything on here will flag anything, but this is a good one. It's the Silver Surfer Black series, which takes place during the King in Black story. It's my two favorite stories. If you guys like Secret Wars, I would suggest King in Black next. The only two omnibuses that I own are Secret Wars and King in Black. And other than that, I have, you know, like a cheesy Captain Universe like conglomeration type thing. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. It's been super fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and in the next video we'll be talking about why Tobey Maguire will be the Spider-Man in Doomsday and why Tom Holland is not going to be in it. That's right, I'll say it again. I'm predicting, based on my model, that Tom Holland will not be in Doomsday and that Tobey Maguire will. And we're going to get into it, and also why Tom Holland's going to die and why he's going to get the symbiote. All this stuff in the next one. Thanks. Catch ya. Peace.